Hey guys, Adam Zapier here and welcome to part one of this three-part series on ego. What I'm going to do is in this first part, I'm just going to discuss a little bit about what the ego is. So to do that, I'm just going to set up a little scenario for you. Imagine for a moment that you're a baby, a newborn, and you feel hungry. What would you do? Now, the answer to that's really simple. You'd cry. The reason you do that is you have this need for nourishment and you need to get that met, and there's only one way to do it. But to bring it back to the topic of ego, what is really important here is that you're not worried about anything else. You're not worried about interrupting someone else. You're not worried about whether they'll be upset about it or whatever it may be. I mean, you might even be waking someone up from their sleep, but you don't think about that. And that's where this all starts, the ego thing. From the time we're born, we eventually start learning all these different things, and they shape who we believe we are, when in reality, all we are is this simple being that we started as. Except along the way, we pick up all these different things through learning, our education, direct from our parents, our peers, siblings, anyone else that comes into our life. And as we grow older, we also read and take things in from other sources, and all of that shapes who we are and how we think about things. But before we started thinking about things, when we were a baby, things were really simple. And essentially by crying or doing whatever those simple baby things are, we asked for what we needed. There was no shame, no guilt. All of these things are things that we come out with because of our egos. So what is the ego? Well, you may have worked out from what I've just said that it actually doesn't exist. It's just a construct of the mind. And that's pretty much all there is to it. We allow our thoughts over the years to build up in our mind about who we are and how we act and react and all sorts of stuff like that. Now, in doing so, we form this opinion of ourselves, this belief, and because we believe it so strongly, because it's based on all of our experiences and everything we've been taught, we believe that is us, but it's really not. Now, because of this thought system about ourselves, this ego, it puts limitations on what we think we can do. And because we believe we can't do certain things, or sometimes we believe we can, this becomes true to us. Everything shapes us and it changes the way we react in different situations, and that's why ego is such an important thing to discuss and an important thing to have some understanding of if we want to make change in our lives, because our ego is what's holding us back from doing most of the things that we want to do but don't do. And it really gets in the way of a lot of stuff. So in understanding the ego and being able to overcome the limitations that we've actually set on ourselves without realizing it, when we start to challenge these things, that's when we can make some serious changes. Okay, so in part two, I'm going to talk about why it's so difficult to actually challenge the ego, and then I'll go on in part three to discuss how we can actually challenge those things. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure you hit like down below, and if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that as well. That way you'll be updated when I've posted a new video, especially when part two comes out. You'll get a notification about that. And make sure you leave any comments or questions below if you have any, and I'll answer them as soon as I can. In the meantime, I'll leave you guys to it, and I'll catch you in the next video, part two, very soon.